Coming to you live from WDWNT, the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is ParksCenter. Hello, everybody. Welcome to ParksCenter. My name is Ben. Thank you for joining us tonight. Especially a big thank you to our Wigs members who are joining us live here tonight. On the stream with me tonight, I have Whitney.
Hi, guys.
Jill.
Hello.
And Rich.
Hello.
All right, and with no further delay, let's go ahead and dive on into our first topic, Toy Story FastPass Mania. They're cutting it off for a month, and then we're going to get tiered Fast Passes? What's going on here? What's the opinion? Is this good, bad? What are we thinking?
I find this interesting. Sorry, Rich. Because this conversation has been going on since we first kind of rumored that FastPass would get shut down for Toy Story Mania, and the opinions are all over the place. I think some people think lines are going to get huge, and other people think they might actually get a little bit better because there's a lot of people who subscribe to the belief that FastPass makes the standby line ridiculous. So I'm not sure. I think there's too many variables, and too many people who have gone either way have really good points about it. So I'll be interested to see what happens, because when's the last time we saw an attraction this popular without a fast pass? It's been a long time. So it'll kind of be an interesting experiment to see how it works out.
That's pretty much what I was going to say. I am also very interested to see how it all works out, because it'll be an interesting experiment to have a major attraction without fast pass and, shall we say, diminished capacity, but some fairly good capacity numbers. It'll be an interesting experiment to see how it works out. I don't know if anybody really knows, even Disney, how it'll actually all come together, but they have to do it, it seems. So we'll see what happens.
I'm with Jill. I'm always on one end of the spectrum where I feel like FastPass always makes Toy Story Mania worse. Because every time we're there, the line is built at, 45 minutes to an hour, because they let so many FastPass go in. So I don't know. I think it could be a good thing that there's no FastPass, because in my opinion, I love the queue of Toy Story Mania, and that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, I got to admit, I haven't seen the standby queue of Toy Story Mania in quite a few years. So it's kind of neat that they're sort of forcing people to revisit that.
If only Mr. Potato Head were there. Hopefully he'll come back.
Right? Maybe they'll bring him back.
Is he not there? Did they take him out recently? I haven't looked in a while.
I haven't either. He's one of the best parts.
When we were there, let's see, last time we were in that queue was probably last summer, and he was curtained. And from what I understand, he hasn't come out behind the curtain since then.
Interesting.
Please ignore the potato behind the curtain.
I think the tiered system is very interesting too, simply because all of Toy Story Land will be Tier 1, and nothing else in the park is Tier 1, which I find interesting.
Yeah,
but as
Pandora all over again.
Right. So, I find it odd that they're putting Alien Swirl. Yes, I get it. When the land first opens, everybody's going to be gang piling into those lines to try to ride the new rides. But 6 months to a year from now, Alien Swirling Saucers being a Tier 1 is just going to seem silly. So I assume this will change. And of course, Galaxy's Edge will put both of those attractions into Tier 1, and we'll see what happens. But yeah,
they might just be artificially shoring up Tier 1 for the moment, just because of the fact that they don't have Star Wars yet.
Right. But as Whitney said, sorry,
go ahead.
I was going to make your point for you, Whitney.
Yeah, make it for me.
you can't do a fast pass for more than one Toy Story Land ride at a time. So Whitney said, "Oh, I don't want to have to go back to the park 3 days just to do all 3 rides without waiting forever in line." So maybe that's actually
hope that it doesn't take 3 fast passes to get on these attractions. Like I'm really hoping that at least the Alien Saucers is sub 40 most of the time. Like I don't think that attraction is going to warrant an hour wait really at any point in time.
No, but maybe part of their strategy is to make people come back 3 days in a row so that people actually are in studios.
Fair.
It would have made more sense to me to put Tower of Terror in Tier 1 and Alien Swirling Saucers in Tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
I agree as well, but moving on for the moment, we can swipe to unlock our hotel rooms. So Disney announced recently that we're going to be able to use the My Disney Experience app to unlock our hotel rooms via Bluetooth. You just hold your phone up to the door and it pops the door for you. I personally don't think this is super necessary because of magic bands, but what does everybody else think about this?
I don't know if it's necessary. I mean, Hilton and Marriott and SPG have had Bluetooth lock on at least the newer hotels for over a year because I've used it in a few places. So in that case, they don't have magic bands. So there's either you dig out the card or you use your phone, and usually the phones are in the pocket or in the hand. So it's okay. You have to log into the app and then swipe and then get your unlock. But I'm not sure with a magic band, it seems duplicate. Why would you not use your magic band and go start the app on the phone? I don't understand that part.
Here's why they're doing it. So they stop having to give every resort guest a free magic band. That's what it is.
Money.
Because money. Because then they can say, you'll say, oh, this is way more inconvenient to pull my phone out of my pocket, log into the app to open my door. Let me go drop $25 on a brand new magic band.
So what about park tickets, though? Will they still use magic bands to get into the park?
You don't need to have a magic band to get into the park.
Yeah. There is still printed park media and like little cards that you can tap to get into the parks. And as far as I know, there are currently no plans to allow you to use your phone to enter the park. So you'll still need either a magic band or a physical park ticket in order to get in the gate there.
Yeah. I would be okay if they went back to the cute little plastic card tickets.
Yeah, our AP cards are also, you can put them up against Mickey and it'll let you in. So they still have it for APs at least. Doesn't one of the Asian parks totally cell phone based for admission for fast passes for hotels?
Yes. I want to say it is Shanghai, but yes.
Yeah, one of them. So maybe, like you said, maybe that'll kind of be the default, and then the magic band becomes a plus.
Or it's just you have to pay extra to have it.
Yeah, for money.
Right. Yeah, I think my brother probably has about, and to an extent it's a waste. My brother probably has about a dozen magic bands for each member of his family, because every time they stay in a resort, they get a new magic band. Yep. Even though they completely don't need them.
We have so many of the original magic bands from before they released Magic Band 2 that just sit in our attic because you don't want to throw them away.
Right. Yeah. You want to keep them, but.
Right.
And then they've got all the designer ones too. You want to go out and buy one that's what you want. It's not.
I confess I bought a Haunted Mansion magic band.
Oh my gosh, me too.
I bought a Peter Pan.
The only one I bought.
10 of them or whatever.
The only one I've bought is the Epcot 35th. Because it does cool things. Yeah, the ones that actually have like the bonus activations are.
Yeah, we all bought personal magic bands before our last trip, and then they announced the Magic Band 2. And I'm like, so I just bought all these magic bands.
Oh, man.
That now I can't. I have to get the new one.
Moving on from there, talking about the Millennium Falcon attraction. So we actually managed to get, let me see if I can pull these up real quick. Managed to get a first look at the pictures, or a picture, I should, from the attraction due to Disney posting about this at I believe, a game dev conference. Pardon my screen. There we go. Looks like we're staring down the inside of some sort of Imperial ship, I believe. What do people think this means for the attraction, for plot? Can we glean much of anything from this, or what are people thinking?
Looks like we're flying out in space somewhere. That would be my guess.
There are bad guys.
Space in Star Wars?
You're the good guy.
Should we
I
say,
think it
I don't
looks
know,
exciting.
it looks kind of far away from here.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, as far as the technology, though, I mean, from what they're describing, is there anything out there that sounds anything like this?
Bitcoin mining.
Oh, actually,
I mean, if
you
you've
are
seen that-
super close.
Yeah, if you see a Bitcoin mining setup, I mean, with multiple NVIDIA, Titans and so forth, just buzzing away, I would imagine this is something like that. Custom software drivers running on top of GPUs to create who knows how much imagery. I mean, the still image looks
so
cool.
many
but-
letters, and I still have no idea what you're
Oh,
saying.
Pete, hi, hey, how are you?
Hi guys, hey, I'm here. What's up, everybody?
Better late than never, sir.
I am in a random hotel room in the middle of Scranton, Pennsylvania. So to everyone here, come join Nowhere.
I think I've stayed at a random hotel. I think I have their point card.
Oh gosh.
Oh, jeez.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
See Marco! What's up? What are we talking about?
The
Talking
new
about,
Millennium Falcon
yeah.
ride.
Oh, the phantom released photo, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a big teaser. This is like literally like seeing it like it's like giving you 7 seconds of the movie, and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing. It's a giant waste. Quote, it excites people, but I'm ready to see more. No one wants to see a picture of the line. It's like
Exactly.
going
It
to Toy
doesn't
Story
give
Mania.
you a whole lot to go off of, so it's hard to get super excited about it because you don't really know what it's gonna be.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a picture.
Be-
I mean,
Yeah, exactly. If
it's
Toy
a still
Story Mania
picture.
just tweeted out a picture of the story in their queue line, they'd be like, "Oh my god, this is a big deal." No, this is. I mean, it's a teaser. We're all excited about Star Wars line. It's exciting, but come on, give us something more.
All right. Well, you want something more? Let's move on here to the Millennial Falcon. Purple walls, rose ears, and a lot of Millennial pink.
Cute.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
take it, Jill.
Yeah, go
For
for
the
it.
second
please.
time
I
in
can't
this
wait.
Go for it, Jill.
Tell
conversation,
me that
Oh,
what's
wait.
going on.
for the
Cannot-
second time tonight, because money. So as I was telling my fellow cast members, I went to look up today, is there a difference between Millennial Gold or Millennial Pink and Rose Gold? And the answer is just, I mean, they're what Disney calls them and what some other people call them too, but it's just that this sort of general shade of pink is the fad and has been for over a decade now. And so Disney, in my opinion, decided, okay, well, we made a lot of money off rose gold, so let's make another version that's almost the same thing and call it something different, and then have the same people that bought the rose gold stuff buy the millennial pink stuff. And voila, you have rose gold versus millennial pink because money.
Yep. And now we have the Disneyland macaroon.
I do
And-
want that though.
And it does look delicious, but it's pink. It's the millennial pink with a rose gold bow. And so now they're mixing and matching their
I
two
gotta admit,
popular colors.
I never wanted to try any of the rose gold cupcakes or now this because I feel like it's strange that your food is gold. Pink I can deal with, but gold seems like you might be ingesting something that is not really meant for human consumption. So
I feel
Well,
like
I
it
mean,
would have like a glittery
Actual
taste to
gold.
it.
Like it's completely edible. You can just fancy $1,000 restaurants will put gold leaf.
it's inert, right? Yes,
So
but
what-
you know it's not actual gold leaf in the macaroon or in the cupcake.
No, it's not.
So what if you're afflicted with synesthesia
This-
and you can taste rose gold and it doesn't taste like what you're tasting? You just get all confused.
Oh.
This is Disney just being Disney. They know what sells. They know what works. This is like Mickey and Minnie ears when they first came out. Everyone loves the rose gold. They did rose gold everything. It was like, dang, we did a little too much. What if we just called like our pink color Millennial Pink? And now everyone will buy it. This is amazing. And
Well-
first point, everyone used to be hated being called millennials. And now everyone loves the Millennial Pink.
That's
The
not true.
millennial?
No, I don't think that's
call
true
them
either.
millennial.
Yeah. Like I would buy rose gold. I will not buy millennial pink. I will not.
I love
Disney
Millennial
did
Pink
not
more than the Rose
Millennial.
Gold. The
What's
Rose Gold
next,
makes my
though?
Millennial Pink.
I mean, what's next? I mean, what are they going to come up with next? What next color could they possibly incorporate into this?
It will be another shade.
I'm hoping that it's Disney high blood pressure red, and I could be the model right here.
There you go.
Disney didn't start the paint craze. Disney didn't call it millennial. All those things happened in the pop culture world outside of Disney, and Disney is just monetizing it.
Right. Group.
I bet it'll be
And
a
so the
mint
next
color.
popular
I'm gonna
color
call
that
it,
comes
I'm
along.
going to call it right now. It's going to be a mint green.
Yeah, and it
Ooh,
might be
yeah,
or purple.
yeah.
Well,
Ooh,
maybe not.
no.
Lost generation green.
But just like the spirit jersey, Disney didn't invent the spirit
Oh
jersey.
no. Oh no.
All right, moving on from that train wreck, over to Disneyland. Speaking of more because money, they're tearing down pretty much half of the downtown Disney out there to put up a new hotel. Let's see here if I can pull up the list of everything that we've got closing.
It's a ton.
The
It's a
AMC
lot of
12,
stuff.
the Rainforest Cafe, the ESPN Zone. Again, this is out in California. The Earl of Sandwich, the greatest travesty in my personal.
People are really upset about the Earl of Sandwich being
That
closed.
seems to be the one that people are most
But
upset
the
about.
good news is they did say that some of these businesses may reopen in the hotel.
So if you go onto the ESPN Zone web or Wikipedia page, because I went to look up to make sure that this is the last ESPN Zone in existence. But even the Wikipedia page says it might come back in 2021, which is the year the hotel opens, because they're rumoring that some of these establishments will come back.
Which is
I'm sure, I'm sure there's going to be a Starbucks in that hotel at the very least.
I have no doubt.
For sure.
I
For
thought you were gonna
sure.
say because
These are
money.
gonna
Well, that's why
Yeah.
Starbucks will be there.
All of these
I
could be
suppose-
because money.
It's a point. It's going to clean everything up. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing hotel that I can never afford to stay at. But all these things can kind of go. Like, are we really Forest Cafe going under, or bowling, or all these other things? Earl of Sandwich will be in the lobby of this new hotel. The ESPN Zone will have a space in the low. It's going to be amazing. Let's make it happen. Clean it out. It's going to, again, I'm upset because I can't afford to stay there, but this is going to make everything so much better. And what I call as Disney-fied, where everything is just perfect, where you can walk through and say, look at the theming, look at this, look at that. And then
Look at the monorail.
You mean
Oh,
Disney
sandwich.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
Yes and no, but yes. but I'm saying that I would like to walk through a pretty or a Disney-fied lobby where there's an Earl of Sandwich, as opposed to a downtown Disney where I have a Rainforest Cafe, which to me is bottom of the barrel. I'd rather eat away.
I'm not a huge Disneyland visitor, but when I mean, my downtown Disney in Anaheim starts with Compass Books right across the bridge and then goes into the restaurant area. So I'm okay with removing the things that to me don't really make downtown Disney in Anaheim what it was anyway, I guess. So go ahead, build a hotel.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
I don't think there's any of this stuff that anybody's going to miss that much other than maybe Earl of Sandwich. And the ESPN Zone
It
fans
all-
are mad about that.
It also blocks out more of that world. So now, and you have another hotel, which kind of builds that Disney wall of forget about your problems, which in Disneyland in California is so hard to do because you're right next to the freeway, or you can see the outside world, and you're trying to there. This is another border, another way of saying, hey, you're in a safe place. Have fun. Let your worries and stress go. You're here at Disney. So I think the hotel's a positive thing overall.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
agree.
It's no Eastern
Let's
Gateway.
do we feel the same way about Pixar Fest and the IncrediCoaster coming to Disneyland? Because I feel like it feels kind of to me like Pixar Fest is an attempt to have a festival like what Epcot's got, and they're just trying to because money.
I find it,
But anybody else agree with me?
It's super strange that they're having Pixar Fest months before Pixar Pier opens. That to me does not work out in my head.
Maybe they're using it as a build-up to
Oh, I'm
Pixar,
sure.
Pixar Pier opening.
To me, this is first of all, we're all in kind of the same age group here. Or Pixar is where a lot of the younger generation grew up. So anyone who's young, my young 30s, my young is that you grew up on Pixar, so this is a great action. While they're doing that work, like hey, look over here. Like we're having a fest. There, things are going great. Don't look over there.
Pixar Fest is all smoke and
Don't look over there. Hey, we're having a fest. It's amazing. It's like a festival, but just don't look over there because we're having a fest over here. Like Pixar is where a lot of people grew up. Like if you ask anyone in their 20s, or I'm going to say from 18 to 28, your favorite movies as a kid, Pixar.
Yeah.
They're not going to be Walt Disney Animation. They're not going to be the things that we grew up on. Granted, they will love those movies, but what did you grow up on? Is the Pixar. It's a way to get you in. It's a way to get you excited, and it's also a distraction. Hey, look over here, but over here. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Rich. Since we're all the same age here, do you have anything to add to this?
Yeah, well, let me get my teeth out of the drawer
here
first.
Yeah, before the multi-plane camera, what do they do?
I'm still in my 20s down here.
I was going to say maybe, given the history of DCA, maybe they're going to using Pixar Fest to say, okay, here's the bad way to do it, and now we're going to do it the expensive way, but just look at the bad way for a little while, and then you'll see the expensive way.
My comment is I think they did a nice job on the monorail wraps.
Yes.
I like that too.
I think they look really cool.
Right?
Yeah, they look cool.
I love and they really worked in, I think, the element of motion with the Incredibles kind of all moving forward. And then I thought it was brilliant to do the big wave with Crush and the
Finding
EAC.
Nemo. Yeah.
Those are brilliant and look super slick. If that's the best thing that Pixar Fest gives us, I will be okay with that. And, Paint the Night is coming back, and that's exciting, but I don't really feel like that's tied to Pixar Fest. But I will be interested to see what kind of cool projection mapping stuff they seem to be planning to pull off with the new Nighttime Spectacular.
I'm in the age range that Pete mentioned, 18 to 28, and so I have to say, this is such an unpopular opinion, but it is a millennial characteristic that I'm proud to claim, is I am so excited about Pixar Fest. Like, I'm excited to see all those characters that I grew up with come out and be doted on and loved on.
Yeah, and that's
Disney will happily take your money for
that.
I
think that's what
I can't go to it, but
no, but that's what they're going towards. Is that especially so they're splitting the coast. We have a lot going on the coast. I mean, everyone knows for the next 5 years there's something new opening up or happening. But over on the West Coast, it's kind of been. I mean, everyone knows as the OG park. That's why I was for the first time in December, and I got to see the original stuff. But it is time for especially DCA and other things. You have Star Wars Land opening inside of crazy, and then you have old Pixar Pier and everything else. It needs that excitement. It needs that oomph. And then you're talking to the generation of 18 to 28. Let's get excited and be having children in the next 3 to 7 years. So let's bring them in. I mean, it's looking for the future. It's genius.
Disney knows how to market
looking a little bit to the future of food in the parks here. We've got menu changes coming up in what we're going to call the feed, probably a recurring bit here since they keep changing their menus. Electric
cupcakes.
Umbrella, Gaston's Tavern, and Pizza Port Planet Pizzazz. Please pick a name.
It's Pizza Planet.
What do we have to think?
So how was there never a Pizza Planet before now?
Like, well, there was, but it was bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That was iconic, and I think it only makes sense that they're bringing it back now for Pixar Fest, obviously. I find it interesting that it's only supposed to be a temporary retheming of Red Rockets. That's an odd choice that it's temporary.
Why couldn't we get an awesome
restaurant? I didn't know that was a thing that they did.
Why couldn't we get an awesome Pizza Planet in Toy Story Land?
Because
we have Pizza Rizzo right down the street.
Sandwich grill of leftovers from every other land.
I don't want Pizza Rizzo.
Yeah, it can go right in the Woody's Western Town area of Toy Story Land. Oh, wait a minute. They don't.
Are you saying you don't want leftover hot dogs, chicken nuggets, and hamburgers? What's wrong with you?
Don't forget the Baby Bell cheese.
Oh yeah. The cheese,
oh yes.
Of course.
There's 1/3 of your pizza. You got cheese.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's DIY pizza. Here's the cheese. Here's the tomatoes.
Here's the bread. Here's the exciting thing I want to talk about in the world of food in the Disney parks is lemon Dole Whip is a thing that will be happening.
Oh yeah, I heard about that this week. Yeah.
I'm super jealous that that's only in California
I
because
know.
I want to try it. And I want to know if it tastes as good with tagine as regular Dole Whip.
I wonder if it'll be similar to the drink that Chick-fil-A has, the frosted lemonade.
Oh yeah.
That would be cool if it
That would
that's
be
a really
good.
one. Yeah. Of course, we
I
have
hope it's
2
way
orange
better.
swirls, so you know.
I was never that much of a Dole Whip person until the 10th
What?
anniversary event, and Tom had a huge bottle of tagine, and it made Dole Whip a whole new experience for me, and now I want it all the time.
I've never
I've
had
never
a Dole
had
Whip.
the tagine. What? All right, time out. Oh, mute. You've never had a Dole. First of all, that's amazing, and you don't need
I never
the
said I
tagine.
never
even
had a Dole Whip. I just said I wasn't.
I'm
a big
just saying.
No,
you
I've never had a
You
Dole
need to
Whip.
tell me. Dole
Whitney's
is
never had
freaking delicious. It is breakfast. It's post breakfast. It's lunch.
I
Post
feel so guilty
brunch.
It's
to
11
in
Z's.
front of people.
It's dinner. It's dinner. It's a dessert. It's a midnight snack. It's
It's
a maybe first thing in the
everything.
morning.
I promise
Oh
I'm
my
gonna have a
God.
Dole Whip
Do you
at the
roast
Hollywood
a Dole
Studios
Whip?
event. I promise I will find a Dole Whip. I will go to Magic Kingdom
Sweet, sassy Molassy.
to get
What is
a Dole
going
Whip.
on?
I'll mail you some
I'm buying you a Dole
tagine
Whip.
to add to your Dole Whip. So.
Do it.
Do we have another topic before I go off on Dole Whips? I don't want to take up too much time.
He's gonna
No,
chew me out when
actually,
we go off.
unfortunately, we are out of time for the night because we're running a little late. I want to thank everybody for coming on the show. Thank you all for listening to ParksCenter. Thank you all. If you're watching this live, thank you very much for being a Wigs member. Unfortunately, we don't have time tonight for any overtime because we are running up right against Around the Hub,
Email us.
starting as soon as we go off the air. But thank you all for coming out. If you want to see us in person, Hollywood Studios Appreciation Day is coming up on May 5th. Come check us out at WDWNT.com/Hollywood Studios Appreciation Day. You can check that out. There should be a card showing up there in the YouTube version of the show. And come check us out on Friday night at 9 p.m. We're going to be doing WDWNT Game Night, the Wheel of Four Parks. Coming up, our Wheel of Fortune ripoff / lovingly inspired game. Again, that's Friday at 9. But for right now,
Shout out to
we've
Ben
got
for
Around the Hub.
changing the snowman to World of Color. That's very exciting. Very exciting stuff.
And thank you all for coming on. Around the Hub's going to start in just a few minutes. That is going to be an audio-only show, so start your players up, and we will see you all a little later next week.
Bye, folks. See you next
Bye,
week.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Come back next week. We'll see you Wednesday real soon.